Yar! Welcome back to the Cringe. I'm your Captain Joey, Joey, and we are about to embark on day 94 with a 5-star island. That's right, Chores and Tours. Day number 94. 94 days since we got a 5-star. And I did decorate a little bit yesterday, but, ooh, okay. Beverage of choice this morning is coffee. And I'm having a rough morning because I'm halfway through it. And that's my first cup. So that's what I mean. It's going to be a rough one. I'm going to be empty with my coffee before the end of the stream. All right. Thank you, Nate. Well. All right. Let's go take these inside. All right. A folding floor lamp. Put in storage. All right, let's get moving. Today is Sunday, October 19th. And my son is happy because he gets to do trunk or treat this week. Yeah, he's pretty much schedule and calendar oriented. So it's a good sized fish. I'm gonna have to clean up those flowers. I was hoping we would get purple. Oh, cool. Another gyroid. I thought I knew how to make that. Apparently not. As I mentioned before, that's the hardest part about playing this game. Things that you think you've completed because of other playthroughs. Oh, beautiful. Psych. We'll go around, clean up the beach. You know what? I'm going to pick my pumpkins today. Only so they can grow again. One more time. You know what? I got to return these to the house. I want to be able to use them, and I don't want to sell them. So, even though I waited overnight at GameStop, my local game store, I did not play Pokemon yet. So, that'll be something I'm going to attempt to do today in between watching football. I don't know how successful I'll be. All right, let's try this again. So I started liking Pokemon when I started playing it with my son. Pokemon Go. He would do the jiggle 3 times and then be like, gotcha. Yeah. Joey loved Pokemon. He still does. He just doesn't play it as much. Yeah. At the house he lives at, I told him I would donate my original Switch so the young adults can play if they choose. They have to put it into... That's what they're trying to figure out. They're trying to put it into a safe environment so they can't break it. So that would be a tough one. I am playing on a Switch 2. And my original launch day Switch is what I am talking about. So I have a Wii U, not a Wii U, a Wii. And I volunteered that. And they already have one, so. You would figure the kids would enjoy it. Joey used to love the initial game that came with it. The racing game was one of his favorites. Where you had that cow. Or you were riding a cow, I think. You like that one in the fishing game? Oh. Okay. It's going to be one of those days. Let's see if my shovel is mysteriously short-lived. I meant to say short-lived. Sometimes when you're doing this and you're tired, you come out with new words. And as you're telling stories, sometimes it's, you lose track of what you're saying. Or your thought process. This is a very relaxing game. Alright, we'll come across and then go up. I did not join last night to finish the album for KK. I probably should have. I got a chance to watch some soccer. My friends from overseas would call that football. Okay. So I got a chance to watch some football. You know, for the rest of the earth, American football is a lot different. That's what I'm going to be watching today. And attempting to play Pokemon. Alright. So I did get a chance to clean the beaches this morning, so that's why there's very little shells on the beach. There we go. Start picking up logs. All right. And I missed one. Let's hope we're lucky like we were yesterday and get a new gyroid. We're getting real close to completing those. So if I play this a game again and try to do the playthrough, I'm going to start everything from day one. Collect the albums, collect the artwork. I will start it all from day one. Which I did not do this time. So, lesson learned. So this one right here was my latest gyroid. There we go. So not only did I visit my son yesterday, I got a phone call asking Daddy to buy everything from Amazon. Yep, we already have that one. I think we have that one too. We may not, actually. I think we do. Yep. So we have both of those. And I already have a black bendoid. All right. Go give these away. Yep. We'll bang on your door. We'll be uncouth. Maybe she can have matching. Now she has two bendoids. Oh, cool. I don't think I have this. I think I'm going to go take that back. That's pretty cool. There we go. Apparently my microphone skipped there. All right. Let's go finish this side of the island. I have one weed, one fossil. And that's it. So everything's going to be over here. Okay, the weeds are done. Yeah, I'm going to try and move my microphone and make sure the connections are good. That's the second time it skipped on me. All right. That should do it for that part. So when you play Animal Crossing, do you guys try to get all of one type of furniture, or is there a certain way you play? I've never been interested in collecting one type of furniture. Maybe except for the iron set. Still waiting on one or two more things. Once I have that, I'll make my bedroom. Okay, we'll come around, check the beach. I see my money tree. Still waiting on two more fossils, I believe. Yep. All right. And I do have 30,000, so we're good there. Okay, so the money tree is done. Thank goodness. For those of you that are watching, that's where I typically make mistakes. There we go. And we'll put it there. Put it away. I'm not sure if we found the stone yet. I don't believe so. Hey, speaking of stone. Okay, one more fossil. That's where I mess up as well. Beautiful. It's okay. I have plenty more where that came from, so I'm not worried about it. The money tree bothers me more than that. Because that should ruin 4 days. 4 days of growth. Alright, so the weeds are done. One more fossil. Huh. Don't tell me I missed it. Huh. Wow, I haven't done this in a while. Yeah. Huh. Well, I'll be... Well, that annoys me. That's frustrating. Ah. First time in like a month I haven't checked our property. There we go. Alright, let's go check our 5-star status. Deposit some money. And we'll move from there. I can't tell you the last time I talked to Tom Nook. Over coffee, I think. That's got to be Blathers or Flick. Cool. So it is raining in my neck of the woods. You know what? We'll put 14 on there. There we go. Gives me about 20. Sign off. Well, I'm so glad I lost track of the fossil in this side of the island. I would hate to have to go back and go to the other parts. Yeah, we'll make a dono. Gonna be fake? Yep. Sus fossils. Nice. So, dinner last night. Pizza. Went with the standard pepperoni. It was pretty good. It was from a local place. Yeah, it was from a local place. Not even a... maybe it's a mile from my house. The store's owned by a local guy. Young guy with a family. So, I try to go in there and frequent it as much as possible. I don't know about you guys, but I'd like to know the people unless I'm buying stuff on the cheap, right? If I'm going to buy a game system or something like that, I'll try to go to the big box store just to get the cheaper, discounts. But for food and stuff like that, I try to go to the local places. We'll keep that. Firm and so. So big box stores typically get stuff and they can afford to sell stuff a little bit cheaper. That's when I'll go and buy the big stuff like TVs and that kind of stuff. Because I'm not going to ask for that type of discount. And I don't ask for discounts, I just go what's published. So if they offer a TV at a cheaper price, I'll go. I don't buy many TVs, so I'm using that as an example. The one I'm using now is a 43-inch. I've got a 32 and a 21. 27 and a 32. The smaller one is what I'm watching this video game on. The larger one is what I use for my computer. And then I have a 43-inch in the living room. I don't know why I'm watching the singing. Yeah, I thought about upgrading, but it's still good enough. It's still good enough. My son, when he was having a rough time, he knocked over the TV. And, so it's a little crooked. It's not bad. He bent part of it. It's a thin screen TV. So he bent part of it. Yeah. Yeah, for those of you that don't know, living with an adult with autism is a pretty rough deal. So I've had to replace TVs before. So I just kept it off. But sometimes he still gets frustrated. And, you know, TVs become the target of stuff. Not sure why. But, I mean... Oh, you gotta be kidding me. I'll continue this one. Okay. 8. And we'll eat 4 of these. I'm going to try a theory. I think I always have one extra coconut. I don't want to break my shovel. Yeah, so on that TV, it's a little crooked. The frame is bent in the back. And the components for your TV are really cheap. They have like a piece of plastic inside with some lights. And then they have the actual screen. The screen is a plastic cover. And then you have the LCD part. So you have the screen, the LCD part, lights, and some plastic behind it. And the plastic, there's lights that brighten up certain parts of the LCD. And so the plastic on my TV is a little crooked and I can see some of the lights behind it. It's not that bad though. Not anything I care about. And then at the top of it, the plastic doesn't fit. So you see a little bit of the white. And again, it's not that significant. I wouldn't be using it if it was dangerous. Yeah, so the bottom line is my TV that I'm using is, it could be replaced, but it still works. I'm not gonna, you know, if it miraculously has problems, then I'll replace it. And like everybody else, I'd like to go bigger, but, you know, I'm not losing sleep over that method. Yeah, so it's raining where I'm at, besides the story of the TV. I mean, I can afford a TV. I'm not too worried about it, but I'm just not replacing it. You know, if there were cracks in the TV or something along those lines, then I'd replace it. Or if it was dangerous to use. But people with children on the spectrum will understand what I'm talking about. He's only broken 2 TVs. And after that, I didn't have one for a while. And then we just kept it. Oh, so I did learn it. Okay. So we just kept it off. And he was fine with that. He was okay. So I never watched TV while he was home. Yeah, I went 3 to 4 years without watching TV. I could use a computer. He's burned out a couple of my computers too. So one day I got out of the shower or was brushing my teeth, and he walked by my computer and went bzzz, and I see my coffee on the floor. And the computer no longer works. Yeah. That's fun. So I typically bought just the cheapest computer. I gotta be honest. I only use it for schoolwork, or did use it for schoolwork, and email, so wasn't a total loss. I don't keep significant stuff on there. I back up my hard drive quite frequently. You know what? I'm not getting in the way of that. Yeah, I learned from a very early age to back up your computers. Yeah. So that's not something I mess around with anymore. And I don't back up operating systems or anything like that. I just back up the documents. Right? And photos. If there's any music on it. There was a time there were no subscription services for music, and you had to own yours, and you could rip it to your computer. So I back up stuff like that. because those are actual albums I paid for. So those are some things like having a landline at your house that the younger generation may not know. Used to be a pretty big deal to own music. Now it's just a subscription service. So I don't go digital on a lot of things. Like, I don't like digital gaming. I don't do digital games. Yeah. Yeah, I don't do digital games. I like to have the physical copies. Just a personal choice. I'm still playing some 20-year-old games. I mean, if you think about it, Animal Crossing's 15 years, it'll be the same way. It's already been out for 5. So. It's kind of shocking to think about, but came out in 2020. It's 2005. It's approaching 6 years old. All right, so I have 2 gyroids, and we'll sell those. You know what? I'll sell these. And that one. All right. Yeah, it's kind of weird to think about. Should have made my tools before I did this. Well, let's do food. Cool. Yeah, so that's something, you know, like I have gone like I've gone digital for movies. My son used to have a lot of movies, and he was very rough on those things. So instead of buying new movies, I went digital with them, so I didn't have to replace the full cost. It was cheaper not to. So I've gone digital with my movie collection, but game systems are not the same. You know, if you buy a digital game, they shut down the server. Where movies are a little bit different. They're, you know, you buy it digital, most of the servers are still around. Very all. Which I'm grateful for. So I've been very fortunate on that side. And he has, like, weird movies. And I don't mean that negatively. He just has obscure stuff like Snowflake the White Gorilla. It's a kid's movie. You know, stuff like that. Place. There we go. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to end it here. Thank you so much. Have a good day.